growth and development, as well as the healing stage of your life. Man, family, I'm gonna give you a second before we get started. Man, family, come on in, man. This is gonna be rough. This is gonna be rough, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? Man, we gotta grow up emotionally. Um, I've struggled with this. You know what I mean? I've struggled with this. I was off today and just meditating all day, on and off, and just in contemplation and preparation for this live stream. Man, this is I'm gonna share some information with you. A lot of you aren't gonna like it, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? We have to grow up emotionally. We have to understand what's going on in the world today. We have to understand what's going on with the dynamics of man, where we're at as far as relationships, as far as men, as far as women, just the quote unquote war between the two different genders. There's a lot going on, and it ain't nothing new. You know what I mean? It's nothing new. First, before we get into that, man, let me give you some little. Last year, I started something with the tribe. I was giving out some money, and we're going to continue that this year. I understand that times are hard for a lot of people. You know what I mean? Times are rough for a lot of people financially. Um, and so, for those of you that are in need of a little financial assistance, what's up with you, Paul? Man, I bless you, brother. Good to see you here. Man, for those of you that are in need of a little assistance, man, just shoot me an email at spiritualdrillinstructor@gmail.com. Again, spiritualdrillinstructor@gmail.com. We'll be doing this for the month of November and for the month of December. Just something that I do just to, man, show my appreciation, show my love, and to be able to be a blessing to different families out there at this time of the year. Man, family, this is nothing new. This is nothing new. How did we get here? And man, what do we do now? We're going to talk a lot about the dynamics in regards to what's going on with a lot of the women today. You know, this ain't nothing new, family. We got to grow up and understand that. You know what I mean? This ain't nothing new. And again, I'm not about bashing women. I'm not about bashing men. I'm about helping us grow the fuck up emotionally. You know what I mean? That's all this platform is about. It's helping us understand what the fuck is going on. Not just in the world, but more importantly, what's going on with us. Why are we the way that we are? You ask most people, man, when did the women's movement start? The women's movement to most Americans started in the 1960s. That's not true, but that's what they think. This has been going on for thousands of years, family. Thousands of years. We just don't know it. We don't know our own history. You know what I mean? Um, in 1948, excuse me, in 1848, there was a convention in Seneca Falls, New York. And that was the start of the women's movement. We got to understand that. Seneca Falls Convention. Look it up. Seneca. All these people running around talking about I'm a boss bitch and da da da. I don't need no man and da da da. People act as though, what's up with you, Jose? Bless you, brother. People act as though this is some new stuff. A lot of these women are acting as though, man, this is new. I'm not my grandma. I'm not my great grandma. And they don't even understand history. They don't even know history. Most people have been lied to and don't even know it. They believe the bullshit. They bought into the matrix system, hook, line, and sinker. They have no clue how much they've been programmed to think and act the way they are now. You see all these women running around talking about I don't need a man and we don't men ain't shit and da 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 and all this. This is not something new at all. We got to understand that. Again, this started here in America in 1848. 1848. What happens in life and that we don't really understand because we're pawns in the game, we don't even understand what's going on, is that certain groups of people get together and they come up with an agenda. Whether you want to believe this or not, it's history, it's factual. You could go look it up. group of people get together and they establish what they want to happen. See, most of us, we can't plan and we don't even prepare for anything 5 years from now. We ain't got no goals a year from now. We ain't got no goals 2 years from now. We ain't got no goals 5 years from now. You know what I mean? We have no idea where we're going to be, how we're going to get there 10 years from now. There's a saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Say again, there's a saying, a quote. Now, I don't remember who said it, but there's a well-known quote that says, if you plan to fail, if, excuse me, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Why am I saying that? Because most of us have never planned anything at all. We have no idea where our life is going. We ain't put no money away. We ain't done nothing. We just live day to day. And we don't understand that there's another group of people and sit back and they say, man, this is where the country's at. This is where I want the country to go. And they put all these things into motion without the great majority of us knowing it. So again, go back to 1848. Almost 2,000 years ago, here in New York, in Seneca Falls, there was a convention where women came together and wanted to establish their voice, their power. They wanted to get rid of how the system was ran. We got to understand this. What happened after that? A little bit after that, you had World War One. A little bit after that, you had World War Two. You had all these men, American soldiers, going to fight. And we had another group during that time frame. And it became big during that time frame. The women's liberation during World War Two. But it started, it was established. The foundation for this movement began in 1848. So now, during World War Two, you have all these guys going to fight. And a lot of these guys are dying. And the government comes out and they tell all the women, because all the women stayed at home. Wasn't no women working then. Women didn't work back then. And so the government comes out and says, man, women, come out of the houses. Women, go to work in these factories. These were the factories where your husbands used to work at. These were the factories where your brothers worked at. These were the factories where your sons worked at, where your brothers worked at. Women, we need you to go to work. We need you to help support the war. And so what happened? That fed into the women's movement. Stay with me. I'm going somewhere. I'm just laying the foundation. And so you got all these women. Man, we got to go to work. We got to support the war. That's not our mentality now, but that was the women's mentality back then during World War II. They had to leave the house. They had to go to war, work. They went into the factories. Women during that time frame were dependent on their husbands to take care of them. And granted, a lot of guys wasn't shit. A lot of guys was cheating and abusive and dismissive and all that other shit. Okay? It is what it is. But you had all these women said, man, I don't want to do this. I want to go to work. Now they're working. Now they got a taste of quote unquote freedom. They thought it was freedom. Not even understanding they were playing a fucking game. Not even understanding that they were being manipulated. They were being programmed and brainwashed to think that they were supporting the government. Programmed and brainwashed to think that, man, they were doing this to help their sons, to help their husbands, to help the guys overseas in war. And they started making all this money. And so now women start saying, man, we don't need no men. I don't need to be married. I can have my own place. I can have my own money. This is not something new. Y'all think it's new because you don't know fucking history. You think it's new because you're not tapped into source and you don't understand the fucking game that's been played on you. You've been played. You've been bamboozled. You've been hoodwinked. And you've been led astray. And the trip is, there's a group, God help us, there's a group in America, very powerful group, very powerful family called the Rockefellers. The Rockefellers were very powerful, very influential. Many say that they ran the country. The Rockefellers funded the women's movement. That wasn't all women. That wasn't some idea that women came up with. Although they thought that, man, this was our thing, and this is us protesting men, this is us protesting patriarch society, this is us going out and becoming liberated, this is us going out and becoming independent, and all this other bullshit, not even understanding that they were programmed. See, a lot of people don't like hearing this stuff because it goes against their logic. It goes against the way they think. It goes against what they believe. But it's the truth nonetheless. So here it is. You have the Rockefellers pushing money, pushing this women's movement, pushing this women's liberation, pushing the women into going out and working and saying, fuck the families, fuck these dudes. Man, we don't want none of this shit. I could work just as hard as a man. I should be able to make just as much money as a man. I could do what a man could do and did it. All this other stupid ass shit. Tell me, how did we get here? And what do we do now? See, before we could fix what the fuck is going on now between guys and women, before we could fix the dynamics in the war between guys and women, we got to understand how this shit came to play. What the fuck led us to where we're at? Because if you don't know history, you're doomed to repeat it. I'm going to say it again. There's another quote that says, if you don't know history, you're doomed to repeat it. So, for those of us, God help me, that want to make a difference in the world, for those of us that want to stand up to the bullshit, what the fuck is going on, we have to know the fucking truth. You can't just pray this away. You can't just talk this away. You got to know what took place, how it came into being, how we got here, and what do we do now? So, you got all these women working. Forget the family. I could do this all by myself. I don't need a man. I was doing World War II. Let's move forward. 1968. The bra burning, where so many women at a convention stood up, pulled off their bras in public outside of a convention, and lit their bras on fire and started throwing their bras in the garbage. Why? Again, it's protest. We don't need no fucking men. We could do this by ourselves. We're independent. I'm a boss bitch. I'm a boss babe. Fuck what these dudes are talking about. 1968. Before the great majority of you were even born, women were saying we don't need no fucking man. Women were claiming their fucking independence. But because these young motherfuckers don't know fucking history and they hear something, not understanding that they've been programmed, not understanding that they've been led astray, they take what they hear and they run with it as though it's this new idea, as though they're stronger and more independent than the women were back then, as if they're smarter and more spiritual than the women were back then. And so now you have all these women. We don't need no fucking man. I could do everything on my fucking own. Let's tear down this patriotic society. Not even understanding it's the patriotic society or group of guys that's funding your fucking movement. That's pushing your fucking, that gave you the fucking agenda to push. You're pushing the bullshit that they told you to push back in 1848. Why did they do that? Why would a group of guys, what primarily the Rockefellers, and then you can look this up on YouTube. There's a guy by the name of Aaron Russo, Aaron Russo, Russo. Google his name and put feminism in it or the women's movement in it. Aaron Russo, back in the 80s, was this big time Hollywood producer. He worked with Eddie Murphy, Dan Aykroyd, and a bunch of other people. Okay. Aaron Russo was big. He was a big shot back then. Okay. In the 80s with movies in Hollywood. One of the Rockefellers, I believe the guy's name was Nicholas Rockefeller, saw Aaron Russo, sent message to him, befriended him, tried to bring him into the circle. Aaron Russo got a documentary out. You can see bits and clips of it on YouTube and TikTok. But he has a documentary on YouTube, and he talks about how his interaction with this guy Nicholas Rousseau, excuse me, with Nicholas Rockefeller, and how Rockefeller was telling him that his family funded the women's movement. His family, the Rockefellers, was behind the women's movement. They've been pushing that fucking agenda since the fucking beginning. They're the what do you call the puppeteer behind the curtain. They're pulling all the fucking strings, and you got all these little fucking clowns out front, and everybody sees the clowns jumping around and doing all this stuff, stupid ass shit, but they don't see the puppeteer behind the scenes pulling the strings. We got to catch this. We got to understand this. Talking about how did we get here? So Aaron Rousseau was talking to Rockefeller, and it's like, why would you guys do this? What's the purpose of that? Why would you fund the women's movement? And Rockefeller told him, we funded the women's movement for two reasons primarily. Understand, back in the times, totally different from now. Back then, the families was a core unit. The men went to work, the women stayed home, the women raised the kids, the women taught the kids, the women did everything they could in the household with the kids. Understand that. And Rockefeller told Rousseau, we funded the women's movement for two reasons primarily. Number one, the government was only taxing half of the population. Catch that. They don't give a fuck about you women. The country has never given a fuck about women. And I don't give a fuck what color you are, what ethnicity you are. You don't believe me? Go look up when black men were allowed to vote. Black men in America were allowed to vote 48 years before white women were allowed to vote. Catch that. This country has never given a damn about the black man. The black men were fucking slaves in the bottom of the fucking totem pole here in America. This is not some racist channel. We don't push that stupid divide shit. We just talking history. Factual fucking events. You ain't got to like the fucking facts. But it is what it motherfucking is. Black guys were allowed to vote 48 years before they let a white woman vote. So this country has never given a damn about women. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. So why all of a sudden would they give a damn about women going to work now and women become liberal now or women become free now, women become liberated now, women becoming independent now, women going to work now? Not because they gave a fuck about you, not because they wanted you independent, not because they want you to reach your full fucking potential. They don't give a fuck about that stupid shit. They allowed you to vote, or excuse me, they allowed you to go out and work because they realized something. If we let women work, we could tax the fuck out of them too. See, as long as it's just guys working, we're only able to take so much money in. But if we let these women go out there and work, and we tell these women get up off their fucking asses and go out there and get a job, now we could tax the fuck out of them too. And look how much more money we'll be able to take in. Look at how much money we'll be able to rake in off the backs of these fucking ignorant ass women. This is that real shit. So women went out there and worked. The second reason Rockefeller said that his family funded the women's movement was because now we can mandate that the kids have to go to school and we can start programming and indoctrinating the kids. We'll completely destroy the family structure because mom's no longer there raising them. Mom is no longer there teaching them and guiding them and protecting them because now they're in the systems that we establish, being taught what we want them to learn. And we can mandate what the teachers have to teach these kids. And so these kids can grow up believing our bullshit. These kids can grow up indoctrinated in the fucking matrix. Tell me how we got here. And Rockefeller was telling Rousseau this, and Rousseau was like, why? Why would you guys do this? What about the people? What about the families? And Rockefeller told Rousseau, why do you fucking care about the people? Fuck them. Take care of you and your family. Remember that. Nicholas Rockefeller told Aaron Rousseau, fuck humanity. Fuck the community. Just take care of you and yours. Get yours. Get the money you could get while you can get it. Fuck what happens to everybody else. They're useless eaters anyways. They're peasants. Nobody gives a damn about them. Fast forward, we now have corporations that are laying off people by the thousands, the tens of thousands. Just this year alone, I've talked about this a couple of videos already. Just this year alone, we've lost over 1 million jobs in America. Let's say it a different way. Over 1 million people have been fired here in America just this year alone. Here's the trap. While these people are getting fired, the CEOs and all the other bigwigs in the corporations are taking home bonuses this time of the year in the millions. Catch that. You got CEOs who's laid off 40,000 something people this year, taking home $50 million bonus. You got CEOs and other CFOs and all these other bigwigs in the corporations taking home these astronomical bonuses. At the same time, you're getting fucking fired. They don't give a damn about you. They have never given a damn about you. And so part of the game was, let's tell these women, go to school, get these diplomas. And you could go work in these corporations, you could go work in the government, and your pay is going to be astronomical. And so you have all these women, guys too, who've gone to school, who've bought into the bullshit, who've bought into the matrix, who've bought into the illusion of, if I go to school, if I do what they tell me to do, and if I go to this Ivy League school, or if I go to this prestigious, I can't even say the word, if I go to this fancy college, yeah, I can't afford it, but I could get student loans from the government. Catch that. The government is going to give you tens of thousands of dollars as a loan. Who's the government? It's the same motherfuckers that told these women to go to work so that they could be taxed. It's the same people that said, man, let's put these kids in school so we could program them. And so now you're more in debt to the same group of people that don't give a fuck about you. We don't need slavery now in America. We don't need mandated slavery because you have people willingly, choosingly to go get in debt and become an indentured servant to the same group of people that don't give a fuck about them. The same group of people that wanted to destroy the family structure. Talked earlier this a few weeks ago. Black women, just black women, over 300,000 black women have been laid off by the federal government. Just think about that number. 300,000 have been laid off by the federal government. The same people that told their mama, grandmama, great grandparents to leave their men to go to work, leave the family structure. We don't understand this. We don't know this part of history because we're so captivated by Fox and CNN and MSNBC and all these other fucking satellites that's pushing the agenda of the same people that's financially raping you. So the American women have said, man, we don't need no man. We could do this on our own. They've left their families. The families have been destroyed. Kids have been raised on their fucking own. They've been programmed by the teachers. They got television programming. That's what they used to call it, television programming. They told you what the fuck they were doing. They told you they were programming your ass. And we didn't even catch it. And so now, this generation that's off the fucking chain, this generation. And I'm not talking about just the young people, I'm talking about this time here in America where motherfuckers are so entitled. See, we got to understand something. You take a step back. The welfare system was created by the same group of people pushing the movement, the welfare system. It's established by the same group of people that don't give a fuck about you and your family. The welfare system was created here in America and it was pushed on poor people. So a whole lot of Caucasians or white people on welfare. But when TV talks about welfare, they always talk about welfare as just a black and Hispanic thing. But there's a whole lot of white people on welfare too. But they don't talk about that. That's not what you see on TV for the most part when they talk about welfare, when they talk about the EBT and shit being cut off. That affects a lot of white people. A hell of a lot of white people. So what they said was the government will give you housing, will give you food, will give you everything you need, but you can't have a man living with you. We'll give you everything you need, but you can't be married and have him being in the house with you. And so these women jumped on welfare. Man, I got a place to stay. Man, the government's gonna give us some money. The government's gonna help pay these bills. The government's gonna give me low income apartment prices, and man, I can get HUD housing, and I can live in these big houses, and I can look like I'm doing good. And the government's subsidizing my money or subsidizing my rent and all this other. I don't need no fucking man. It's all the same fucking game. It's the same fucking game. We got to catch this. So you got all these women that's went to school, got degrees, in debt to the government for their diploma, and now the government's laying them off. And at the same time that the government's laying them off, The poor women that are on EBT, that are on housing, the government saying, yeah, we're cutting your shit off too. Fuck y'all. I told y'all from the beginning, this ain't nothing new. Told you from the beginning, the government or this group of people ain't never gave a fuck about you women. But you don't want to accept this. You don't want to believe this. So you got all these crazy ass, toxic ass people around. I'm a boss babe. I'm a boss bitch, and da da da. I don't need no fucking man. And the whole time they depend on the fucking government. You don't need no man, but you depend on the government to give you a fucking student loan, so you take your ass to fucking school and be programmed by these guys and women in school, so you could go and get a job for the government. The same group of men or guys you say you don't fucking need. Make this shit make sense. You don't need a man, but you're in debt to guys. You don't need a man, but you're dependent on these guys to pay you your fucking salary. But y'all don't need no guys. You could do this shit all by your fucking self. And so now you have these poor women whose EBT and housing and all this other shit is about to be cut the fuck off. Who've been on the system 15, 20, 30 years on welfare. They don't need a man, but they need the government ran by guys who don't give a fuck about you. Make that shit make sense. You don't need a man, but you're depending on Donald Trump to turn back on the fucking EBT shit. You don't need a man, but you're dependent on these fucking senators and Congress people to turn back on your fucking food shit. You don't need a man, but you're dependent on these guys in Congress, in the Senate, to make sure that HUD housing and all this other shit stay intact so you can have somewhere to stay. But you're so fucking independent. You could do this shit all by your fucking self. We got to grow the fuck up. And we got to understand the fucking game that's been played to divide and conquer us. See, nobody gives a damn about a guy being homeless. Not at all. Man, fuck that. Man, the fuck up. Lace your fucking boots up. Put your fucking boots on. Pull your fucking pants up. Get your ass up and go get a fucking job. Stop being fucking lazy. Ain't shit wrong with you. Get your ass up and go get a fucking job. Oh, you don't want to work? Okay, fuck you. You ain't eating. You don't want to work? Okay, fuck you. Sleep your ass out on the fucking sidewalk. Sleep your ass up under the fucking bridge. But when it comes to women, the government, these guys, oh, we can't do that to the women. Let's put them in housing. Let's make sure they got food to eat. Let's help them with their bills, with their electricity. And now the system is sad. Man, fuck y'all. We've used and abused the fuck out of you. We've gotten everything we wanted from y'all asses. Now we can throw y'all the fuck away. That's what the system has said to you women. Fuck y'all. You guys got all these raggedy ass women out here that's your fucking mentors and your leaders, and they're up on social media saying all this stupid ass shit about how to be independent and how to finesse a dude and get over on guys and how guys are stupid and guys, you don't need no fucking man and da 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 and all this other stupid ass shit. Where the fuck has that gotten y'all? You didn't understand that they were part of the fucking game too. They told y'all to leave y'all husbands. They encouraged y'all to leave y'all husbands because they were pawns in the fucking game too. They were quote unquote influencers and they influenced y'all to do stupid ass shit. And because a lot of women didn't know the system or know the game that was playing on them, they started telling their daughters and their granddaughters, you don't need no man. Go to school, get your education, get your own place, get your own car, get your own money. Da, da, da. Don't be dependent on no man because they're passing down the programming that they got, the bullshit they were fed. So now you got all these women that have done just that. I was talking to a lady a little earlier, and she was telling me how successful she was. She went to school, she got her education, and paid off her student loan, and da 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 da. She's living a good life. Don't need no man, and I did this all on my own, and blah blah blah. Okay, you don't understand the game that's being played. Yeah, it worked for you, but how many tens of thousands of women is it not working for? Who's trying to follow your footsteps? Stay with me. I'm going somewhere. It's a fucking game. And we've led this younger generation, we've led them astray. They believed that they could go out there, get an education, get a job. And now they're, a lot of them went out there, got a job. They got these big ass fucking car payments. They got these big ass fucking house payments. And now they ain't got no fucking job. Now they're fucking alone. Them and their fucking cat. Them and their fucking dog. Alone. Miserable as fuck. Depressed as fuck. Because they did everything that they were told to do. They're angry as fuck because they did everything that the people before them told them to do. And now it's come home to bite them in their fucking ass. Point, you got women that want a good life. And those of them that have a job making $30,000, $40,000 a year, $50,000 a year, think that they're better than a guy that makes that same amount of money. I don't want no dude that make this kind of money. I want a man that makes $100,000 a year. Public service announcement. Don't no man that make $100,000 a year want your raggedy ass. Newsflash. And I don't say that to be mean. I don't say that to be cruel. I'm saying that because this is fucking reality. You don't want to go half with a man on the fucking bills, but you're paying all the fucking bills all by your fucking self. And then you're mad because ain't no fucking men. It's not that there's not any men, just don't no fucking men want you. We're going there today. This is gonna be rough. How the fuck did we get here? And don't no man want you because you're toxic as fuck. Because your belief system is fucked up. You think you're entitled to some shit that you don't deserve. You think you're entitled to some shit just because you're a fucking woman. You think just because you're a fucking woman, you could just sit on your ass, not do shit, and be fucking catered to, and have some dude come in and just do everything fucking for you. The world don't work like that. You can't say in one breath, we don't need no fucking man. And then turn around and say, well, the man I want, the man I got standards, and my standards is my man got to make a da 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 da. All your fucking baby daddies didn't make that. All the dudes you slept with don't make that. You've been ran through. And it is what it motherfucking is. You got 20, 30, 40, 50 bodies on you. And a lot of you got a whole lot more than that. And again, it is what it motherfucking is. I don't give a damn. It's your life. Do what you do. You've been used to fuck up. Your mentality is fucked. It ain't that you're some alpha female. It ain't that you're some boss babe, some boss bitch, and guys are insecure and guys intimidated by you. Don't no guy fucking want to deal with you unless he ain't got shit. Unless he's looking for a come up and you the next come up. But as far as a man, don't no man want to deal with your ass. And he don't give a fuck how much money you make. Real shit. See, how did we get here? We got all these women that have gone out and they thought, man, I want to get this BBL. Man, it's going to help me my self esteem. And it's going to help me da da da. And I'm going to be able to get this. I'm going to be able to do this. And I'm going to be able to get this type of guy. And you're still lonely as fuck. And guys see you and guys want to fuck you, but don't nobody want to wife you and keep you. Except for the guys that ain't got shit. They ain't got no job. They ain't got no hustle. They ain't got no place to stay. And so they see your government housing. They see what little bit you have as a come up for them because they ain't got shit. And so you look at those guys and you see all these guys want me. All these men want me. Don't no man want you. No man of value wants to deal with you because your perspective of life is fucked. And it is what it motherfucking is. It is what it motherfucking is. I was talking to this lady and she was telling me about what she was able to do with her degree and all this other stuff. And I was like, oh, that's cool, but what about all these other women? And she looked at me and she's like, what do you mean? That's not my responsibility. I'm taking care of my household. So, oh. And I had explained to her, do you not understand that's the same mentality that the Rockefellers have? Do you not understand that's the same philosophy? That's the same mentality that all these super uber rich people that have millions of dollars and billions of dollars. They don't give a fuck about y'all. They don't give a fuck about us. They're taking care of their household. Fuck you. They don't give a damn what school you went to. They don't give a damn how faithful you were to the company. They don't give a damn how many years you've invested there. They don't give a damn how much stock you bought into that fucking company at all. And now women are having a hard time here in America. They're having what many would call a come to Jesus moment. And the reality is, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. It's going to get a hell of a whole lot fucking worse. The economy, again, y'all listen to the fucking news and you believe the stupid ass bullshit because you want to find hope. You want something to hope for. The economy's going to turn around. I'm going to be able to get a job. The economy's going to turn around. The stock market's going to skyrocket even higher than what it is. And you too fucking clueless to understand that it's a fucking game too to take your fucking money. You don't want to do the real work. Not at all. And so, oh, God help us. You look at the government and these women are pissed. Got all these, I voted for Donald Trump. Donald Trump ain't never give a fuck about you. None of these fucking politicians have ever given a rat's ass about you. I've told y'all from the beginning, but I don't give a fuck about politics. I'm not into the fucking Democratic Party. I'm not into the Republican Party. I don't fuck with the politics. I understand the politics. That's why I don't fuck with the politics. I understand fucking history. I know American history. That's why I don't play the fucking game. I don't go to church and put my hope into, oh, my religious beliefs, God's gonna take care of me, and I'm not gonna lose my job, and I'm not gonna lose my car, and I'm not gonna lose my house, and 3 months later you're fucking homeless. You don't left your man, took your ass back out to them fucking streets thinking you could do better out in the fucking streets. And so many of you young women, God bless your soul. You don't understand that in your 20s, while you were chasing your fucking education, while you were chasing your fucking diploma, is when you should have been looking for your fucking man. I know that go against what y'all think. Because y'all in y'all 20s, y'all want to turn the fuck up. And that's your best years, and that's your prime of your life, and you're gonna turn the fuck up, and you're gonna get laid, and you're gonna do whoop, whoop, whoop. And that's why you have all these women in their 30s and 40s and 50s, single as fuck. A lot of them ain't had kids, ain't never been married because they don't chase all this fucking money, chase their diploma, and they don't push past all these good guys that came to them. They don't push past all these men that they weren't interested in, all the good guys. You know what I mean? I don't want no good guy. You guys are lame. You guys are corny. You guys are squares. You guys are nerds. You guys da 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 da. All this other stuff. I'm living my life. I'm living my best life, and da 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 da. And you turning the fuck up and just doing the fucking most in your 20s. And you get into your fucking 30s and your biological clock start ticking. You start looking around, where are all the good men? Where there ain't no good men. You don't turn your fucking back on them. You don't rejected them. You didn't want shit to do with them. Now that the harsh reality is sitting in and you're struggling, now you want a man to come bail you out. Now you want a man to come in and be your fucking savior. Now you want a man to come in and fucking rescue you. Now you want a man to come in and put you up. You stupid, ignorant ass fucking woman. I'm not going on a date unless he pay for my nails and my hair and what the woo. And that's why you won't be going on no fucking dates. And that's why you're gonna be lonely and miserable the rest of your fucking life. That's why you're gonna be fucking struggling. I'm telling you, it's only going to get a hell of a lot worse economically in this country. I'm not into fear. I'm not into fear at all. I'm not into that low vibrating bullshit. I'm not into being scared. I'm not into that lack frequency. Oh, it ain't enough good men. It ain't enough good women. Ain't enough good jobs. Bullshit. That's low vibrating bullshit. That's a lack mindset. We've got to grow the fuck up and understand what the fuck is going on. So, what needs to happen here in America? We come back to fucking reality. We come back to fucking common sense because common sense ain't so fucking common anymore. We need to come back to reality. And reality is, man, we got to go back to the fucking basics. We got to go back to the family structure. We got to go back to community. We got to get rid of this fucking independent shit. We got to get rid of this I'm a boss babe bitch shit. We got to get rid of the I'm an alpha female and guys are just intimidated by me and guys are just insecure and guys are just emotional. No, guys, you don't want to deal with your fucking bullshit. Guys are done. They're done. You got to understand the system has always been set up to divide and conquer. I was talking to a young lady a while back, and she was asking me, young lady out of Chicago, educated, good job, asked me how come guys don't want to get married and guys ain't interested in that stuff anymore. It's like guys don't give a fuck about that stupid shit anymore. Guys ain't playing that fucking game anymore. She's like, why? I educate. Don't know, guy, give a fuck about your education. What the fuck are you talking about? Guys ain't never told women that you got to get a fucking BBL. Guys ain't never told women you got to go out and get these fucking big ass fucking eyelashes. Guys ain't never told women you got to get fucking lip plants done. You got to get your titties enhanced. You got to get your ass done. You got to get a tummy tuck. You got to get your nails done. Guys ain't never said no stupid shit like this. Because men don't give a fuck about that shit at all. We don't give a fuck about how pretty you think you are. We don't give a fuck with how much money you think you got. We don't give a fuck with how smart you think you are. See, you ignorant ass woman talking about I'm the table. And don't ask me what I bring to the table because I am the table. I'm the house and everything. And you're gonna be fucking alone. You're gonna be fucking alone. Real shit. This is spiritual boot camp. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit. You might not like the delivery. And again, I don't give a damn. You know what I mean? We've got to grow the fuck up. And it's a harsh reality for a lot of women now. When society has told every one of you that you're a fucking 10. Society has got you so fucking brainwashed, so fucking twisted that even the grotesque, ugly fucking women think that they're fucking 9.5. It is what it is. I'm not into the look shit. But when you got women that look like Pookie on New Jack City, suck the fuck up, ran the fuck through, talking about, man, if Beyonce's a 9, then I'm like a 7, I'm an 8. I'm not attracted to Beyonce first and foremost. That's just me. I'm not saying she ugly. I'm just she don't do shit for me. But there ain't no way in hell you look like Beyonce. Ain't no way in hell you on her fucking level. Ain't no way in hell you gonna live like she live. We gotta grow the fuck up. We gotta have a reality check. And that's so hard for so many of us. What I believe is gonna happen. History repeats itself. History has always repeated itself. Every great civilization has always failed. Matter of time. The Egyptians ruled the world. And now we go visit Egypt and we look at all these monuments of what was. The Greeks ran the world. The Romans ran the world. And all their economies collapsed. And American's economy is going to collapse too. It is what it motherfucking is. You ain't got to like this shit. You know what I mean? But you ain't going to change this shit. You're not going to change it by running out there and fucking protesting. You're not gonna change shit by running out there talking about we gonna vote this person in and they're gonna do whoop de whoop de whoop and da da da. You're not changing shit. It is what it motherfucking is, and it's gonna be what it's gonna motherfucking be. We've got to grow the fuck up and detach from the fucking system. You got to detach from the system. You got to stop being so fucking heavily invested in the fucking programming, in the fucking matrix that don't give a fuck about you. That's fucking delusional. So how do we change? Where do we go from here? We got to be honest with ourselves and realize that down. We followed the instructions of those that came before us, not understanding that they were full of trauma, full of pain, full of unhealed issues. And they passed all that shit onto us. That's why women tell each other, tell their young daughters, don't trust no guys and don't be timid no guy. Why? Because some guy hurt them. Some guy took advantage of them. Some guy broke their heart. Some guy abandoned them. And in all their wisdom and intellect, they now think they're helping the next generations. Well, let me go tell these girls, don't be dependent on no man. Get your own job, get your own car, get your own money, get your own bag. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. All this other stupid ass shit, not even understanding that's rooted in their trauma. We got to catch this. And so here you are. You willingly accepted their trauma as your trauma. You didn't even know it. You took all the pain and the trauma of all these other people coming before you. And you believed the bullshit because it was your mama, it was your auntie, it was your grandma, it was your favorite school teacher, whoever the fuck it was. You believed the bullshit. You believed the bullshit. And it's fucked you over. It's fucking you over. And you don't even realize how it's fucking you over. Where do we go from here? How do we fix this? We can't fix this with politics. We can't fix this going to fucking church. We can't fix this sitting here talking about that we're going to cry out to Jesus and we're going to have a shut in and we're going to fast and we're going to give the church our tithes and off. You're not going to fix shit like that. You got to grow the fuck up and understand that's part of the fucking programming too. How do we fix this? We fix this by owning our shit. We fix this by going within and saying, damn, okay, wait a minute. What did I do wrong? Where did I go wrong? And again, I understand the quote unquote fear of being homeless. And I've been homeless twice, family. I was homeless in Cali, moved out to New York, and was homeless here too. Sleeping on the fucking 6 train in the fucking Bronx in wintertime. I'm not new to this. We got to grow the fuck up. And we got to own our shit. We got to own our shit. Okay, what am I supposed to learn from this lesson? What am I supposed to learn from this situation? I can't jump into survival mode because survival mode is what got me fucked up. Survival mode is what fucked up my ancestors. Survival mode is what fucked up them women in the beginning. And all they did was pass that pain and trauma. I gotta fix me. I gotta acknowledge the fact that, man, I've been twisted. My beliefs were fucked up. My beliefs are fucked up. Why did I believe that stupid ass shit? Okay. Now, how do I heal me? How do I begin this process of picking up the pieces and starting over? How do I move forward? Because all the bullshit I believed in the past ain't fucking helped me. So I got to change my way of thinking. I got to change the people that I'm listening to, the people that's influenced my life. I got to take back power and authority over my life. Yeah, it's going to be hard. I'm going to have to struggle. I might even have to go hungry a couple of days. I've been there. I've slept in my vehicle. When I came to New York, I didn't have a vehicle to sleep in. So I had to sleep on the train. We got to grow up. We got to acknowledge that, man, I'm more twisted than I thought I was. I thought I had my shit together. I thought I had life all figured out. I thought I had guys all figured out. I thought I had women all figured out. I was fucked up. What's going to have to happen is we're going to have to come back to the basics. We're going to have to come back to a family community structure in order to make it. Family's not your relatives. Got to understand that. Everybody family. What's up with you, Gary? Everybody that you're related to blood-wise ain't family. Everybody you're related to ain't got your fucking best interest at heart. You got to understand that. Everybody you're connected to that you bought into the bullshit with all your little girlfriends on your girls' trips and da-da-da-da and all this other stupid ass shit, and them hyping you up and this dumb shit. You got to understand. And they were cool to hang out with. They were cool to party with. I cried with them. I laughed with them. I drank with them. I partied with them. But if I want to grow the fuck up, if I want to fucking heal, I can't do that with them because that's not where they're at. That's not the time they're on. They're going to encourage me to do something stupid. They're going to encourage me to be distracted. Come on, girl. Come on, man. Let's go and get a fucking drink. Come on, man. Let's go fuck this dude over here. Let's go fuck this girl over here. They're going to encourage us to do some stupid ass shit. That's going to keep that cycle of brokenness ever evolving. Our job is to break that cycle of pain, the cycle of destruction. And so we're going to have to find our true family, our soul tribe, like-minded people. Man, I'm done with the bullshit. I'm done with the fucking games. I'm done with fucking religion. I'm done with the fucking politics. Man, I just want to fucking heal. I just want to fucking grow. I just want to evolve into the better version of myself. However that is, whatever that's going to look like, that's where I want to go. That's what I want to do. And I get it. We get distracted. Man, I got to pay these bills. I'm about to lose my house and I'm about to lose my apartment. Da, 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 da. And your priority, man. And I get that, but understand that's not going to give you peace. That's not going to give you peace. Chasing the money is not going to give you peace. Chasing the bag is not going to give you peace. Chasing a man to for him to wife you up and all, that's not gonna give you fucking peace. We got to grow the fuck up. And we got to put ourselves in a circle of like-minded people that's really about growth and development. That's really about growing the fuck up. That's really about evolving. Garrett, they don't love you back because they don't love themselves. They're hurt. They're damaged. And the trip is, we know how, those of us that put in the work to heal ourselves and to deal with our shit, we've evolved. And they see that. But they flip the script and make it fit, make it seem like, oh, you think you're better than us, and you think you did, and you think you did it, and all this other stupid ass shit to emotionally manipulate you and to bring you back down to their fucking vibration. When in reality, it's them that need to be raising their fucking elevation. They need to be raising their fucking frequency. But the great majority of humanity don't want to do that. And so they look at us, that those of us that have done that. And it's like, oh, this motherfucker just think they know everything, and they just act like they shit don't stink, and they just act like they better than everybody else, and they did all this other stupid ass shit. We ain't got time for that shit. Let them say what the fuck they want to say. Let them think what the fuck they want to think. That can't be our focus. Our focus has to be on, man, I got to keep going. I could try to advise you. I could try to encourage you. I could try to help you along the way. But if you ain't moving, the train ain't stopping for you. The train ain't stopping for nobody. Either you're going to get on the fucking train or you're going to stand on the sideline looking at the train pass you by, talking shit as the train go by. Regardless of what you do, the train is going to keep moving. The question is, are you going to be on the train? Or are you going to be on the sidelines, watching life pass you by? We got to accept responsibility and accountability for the choices we've made and why we've made the choices that we did. Again, history repeats itself. And history repeats itself because we haven't learned the fucking lesson. And when you grow up emotionally and you learn the lesson, then you ain't got to keep going through the same bullshit. You only keep going through the same bullshit over and over and over and over because you never grow the fuck up. Because you never learn the fucking lesson. Nah, Paul, it's never too late. It's one of the reasons why I love going to the graveyards. And I know that's taboo for a lot of people. I go to the graveyards. I don't know any of the people there. I go there because it's a reminder to me that all those people there in that graveyard at one point in time walked this fucking planet. All those people in the graveyard at one time was alive. And it's a reminder to me, motherfucker, you alive. You alive. What the fuck you crying for? What the fuck you whining for? What the fuck you walking around with your head hung low for? What the fuck you pouting about? These people are gone. Gone. You're still fucking here. As long as you're still fucking here, there's still a chance for you to grow the fuck up and evolve into the best version of yourself. Crazy thing is, for a lot of us, it takes great tragedy. See, when everything is going good, with the economy's great, the economy's booming, when you look at most civilizations, all civilizations in the past, when you look at the Egyptian civilization, you look at the Greek civilization, you look at the Roman civilizations, you look at the Incas, the Aztecs, the Mayans, you look at any civilization you want to. When their economy was booming, when everything was great, people fell off. What I mean, people fell off. Moral decay. They stopped growing spiritually because life was too good. Life was great. But it takes the collapse for the great majority of us to wake the fuck up and understand, damn, that's what those old heads was talking about. I thought they were just fucking tripping. I thought they was disconnected from reality. They was telling us what was about to happen. They were prophesying and foretelling the great collapse. They were telling us about the famine coming. They were telling us about the long winter coming. They were telling us all this, and we didn't want to hear it because life was too great. Life was too easy. We got too fucking comfortable. We got comfortable. And when you get real comfortable, you stop growing. Real shit. See, so many of us, we get so comfortable, so complacent. If life is good for us financially, there's no struggle. It's like, okay, I'm good. I could travel where I want to. I could do what I want to. I live real good, real good, real good. Travel wherever the fuck I want to. But I'm focused on my growth and development. That's my number one priority. That's the most important thing to me is evolving, letting go of whatever I don't need in this season for my life. Whatever it is that I'm holding on to, that's holding me back. Whether that's whatever, it could be anything. What am I holding on to? Emotionally, physically. That's keeping me from evolving. And I gotta let that go. I gotta let it go. Regardless of how much, it could be somebody that I love. It could be somebody that I'm madly in love with. But if that's not what I need in this season of my life, I gotta let it fucking go. I gotta let them go. And that's so hard for us because, especially when we're comfortable. See, the truth be told, if we're honest with ourselves, it took pain for you to get to this point in your growth and development. It took you going through something, whether that was a heartbreak, whether that was a disappointment, a failure, a setback. It took some type of pain, some type of loss for you to go within and start working on you. And unfortunately, for so many of us, the collapse of this economy, it's going to be that epiphany, it's going to be that aha moment. to where we snap out of it. And we forget about religion, we forget about the bullshit, and we go within ourselves. Like, man, I gotta fix me. I gotta deal with this. Because if I don't, I'm gonna go down that rabbit hole of bitterness, of anger, of resentment, of animosity, of hatred. And all that's gonna do is lead me down the rabbit hole into despair, into self-destruction. But because I'm in so much pain, some of us, we get to that place of, man, surrender. We surrender. We surrender to it is what it is. I can't control that this woman don't want me. I can't control that this man don't want me. I can't control that this company's laying me off. I can't control that I'm losing this house. I can't control that I'm losing my job. I can't control that I'm losing this car. I surrender. What am I supposed to do now? What am I supposed to do? Because I can't do anything about this superficial shit. I gotta fix me. You have to fix you. Because we're gonna see a whole lot of people crashing the fuck out. We already live. It's already November. More Americans commit suicide in the months of October, November, and December than any other time of the year. These months right here, more Americans commit suicide than any other time of the year. And it's been that way. Now add on to that the collapse of the economy, people losing their cars, people frustrated about, man, their food and the price of food and all this other shit. You're going to have so many more Americans on edge, on the verge of having a nervous breakdown, on the verge of just losing it. And they're going to crash the fuck out. And they're going to crash out hard. And it is what it is. We got to make sure that we don't crash out. And the only way to make sure that we don't crash out is by dealing with our bullshit, by learning the motherfucking lesson. Your lesson in the season may be different from my lesson, but we all have lessons that we have to learn in this season of our lives. Man, that's what we have to do. We have to learn the lessons. We have to have that community. And like I said in the beginning of the video, I understand times are hard. Something I did last year was, man, I sold money into different people's lives. I understand that times are hard. Man, if you're in need of financial assistance, I'm not going to send you a band or anything of that nature. But if you need help with just getting some fucking food, because I've been homeless, I've been fucking hungry. I know what that's like. But if you're in need of assistance, send me an email at a spiritual drill instructor. Again, send me an email at spiritualdrillinstructor@gmail.com. For the month of November and December, I'll be sending out a little bit of money to different people all over the country, all over the world, to bless you as much as I can, to help you get through this period This is not no flex. This is not me flossing. None of that stupid ass shit. This is what we're called to fucking do. If you say you're a light worker, if you say you're a child of God, you say you're blessed, then how the fuck are you investing in others? How the fuck are you helping others in their time of need? What the fuck are you doing to help other people in their struggle? Again, that don't mean you give to everybody because there's a whole lot of motherfucking scam artists out there. And again, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck about people's motives. My job, our job, is to have discernment. It's like, okay, you know what? I'm giving this with a pure heart to help these people because they say they're in need. Whatever they do with it, that's their fucking karmic debt. That ain't got shit to do with me. That ain't got shit to do with you. Your job is just to be a beacon of hope, a beacon of light in a fucking dying world, in a fucking dark world. But how can you be a beacon if your light isn't shining? And I'm not talking about your light shining, you sitting there putting out pictures and talking about, oh, I'm going over here and I'm doing this and all this other stupid ass shit. We got to be able to help our brothers and sisters. And I'm not talking about family. Excuse me, I'm not talking about our fucking ragged ass relatives. That ain't about shit. When I say help our family, I'm talking about our soul tribe. I'm talking about helping our community. Those of like-minded. Man, those of us that are trying to grow the fuck up. Those of us that are trying to fucking heal. Those of us that are trying to fucking evolve. All the other superficial motherfuckers, man, that's trying to flex, is trying to, find somebody to finesse and all that other shit. Man, fuck them. You know what I mean? And I mean that with all due respect. I'm not sewing into them. I ain't got shit for them. This platform is for those of us who want to grow the fuck up. This platform is for those of us who want to fucking heal. This platform is for those of us who want to make this place a little more beautiful, a little more brighter, a little more loving, a little more nurturing, a little more compassionate. That's what this platform is all about. It's not about, man, I got this for Christmas and I got this for Christmas and I got this for Christmas and I bought this for Christmas. Well, fuck all that Christmas shit. And don't give to people and start posting it. Oh, I gave this person $500. I gave this person $100. I gave this person on here $50. No, no, that's superficial, stupid shit. That's what the world do. That's not what we fucking do. Ain't nobody's fucking business who you blessed. Ain't nobody's fucking business who you've invested money into, who you invested your time into, who you've invested your energy into. That's between you and them. That's it. If they want to tell people that you blessed them, man, that's on them. That ain't got shit to do with you. We've got to grow the fuck up. There's a lot of chaos going on right now. We ain't got to be part of it. We ain't got to be part of the fucking foolishness. As true children of God, as true chosen ones, as true light workers, man, we got to keep evolving. We got to keep letting our light shine. Man, again, if you're in need of financial assistance, just shoot me an email at spiritualdrillinstructor@gmail.com. I'll meditate over the list and I'll send what I can to a number of you for the month of November and for the month of December. Thank you guys for rocking out with me. Happy healing, family. I love each and every one of you. Peace.